Hello. Happy sunny Monday. It's a beautiful day here in Vermont. It's gorgeous out on the lake as I look outside. And I wanted to share with you today something really powerful that I've been going through over the last 3 or 4 days. And it's really moved me. I shared it with my detox group this morning, and I realized this is actually something that I want to do a video about, so I really wanted to share it and put it out there. And this has to do with our connection to our body and our ability to listen to what the body needs and relate to the body in a different way. What's been happening for me is that I've been struggling over the last 2 weeks with a boo-boo that I have on my left shin. I hurt myself, I cut myself pretty badly 2 weeks ago, and that cut it hasn't been quite healing. It looked like it was healing, and then it got infected, and then it wasn't looking so great. And so every day, from one day to the next, I wasn't sure if it was better or if it was worse. And so over the weekend, my sister helped me with this because she said to me, have you asked your body what it needs? Have you asked your leg what it needs? And honestly, I was so much in the space of what is right? What's the thing I should be doing? I was in my head about what's the thing I need to be putting on my leg? How do I need to be treating this? And it was not that there's anything wrong with that necessarily, because a lot of great solutions and a lot of healing happens that way. But I was really stuck in my head, and I think that's really reflective to what happens to all of us. We're in our heads about what's the right food to eat, what's healthy, what should I be doing, and we're really disconnected from the body, and we're not really listening to what our body is saying and asking for most of the time. And a lot of that time, the messages and the way the body speaks to us are pretty clear, but we're just not used to listening. So when she said, what have you asked your body what it needs, what came up for me, and I said to her, well, actually, for the last few days, I've been desperately thinking that I would love to put it in the ocean. I would love to be by the ocean so that I could just soak in it, because I get the feeling that that would be just so soothing, and it would help it heal. And she said, well, that's funny, because I look at your leg and I've been thinking about salt water, and so salt water compresses might help. And so when we had this conversation, I realized, well, to me, the ocean was just so distant and such a non-possibility that I didn't even think of salt water. And so that was the first thing that I actually started doing differently this weekend, where I did do some salt water compresses and actually started feeling really, really good. But the most important part that I wanted to share with you was that I also got into a place of relating to my body and relating to my leg differently than I had been doing. And in looking to have a conversation with it and really talk to my leg, which doesn't really seem to make any sense to the conscious mind. It's not a logical thing to do, but to the subconscious mind it makes a whole lot of sense. And we practice hypnosis, so we're doing this all the time, and we know the effect that it can have on the body. So I started relating to my leg differently and just sending it love and looking to talk to it and ask it what it needs. And as I sat there on Saturday with the salt compresses on my leg, I started saying to it this ritual called Ho'oponopono. It's the Hawaiian forgiveness ritual. And it consists of repeating 4 phrases over and over. And the 4 phrases are, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And so I just looked at my leg and closed my eyes, and I started repeating that over and over. And the peace and the love that started washing through me, or washing over me, and just feeling so nurturing and so loving of my body, that I realized how disconnected I had been. And what it also brought up for me was all of the different places where I wasn't necessarily resonating with it, where all the little things I might do or think or say that are not really loving and caring of my body. And so when I start saying to my body, or my leg in particular, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, it just inspires me and moves me to do the best I can. and to really take care of my body in a much more deep and connected way. And that's what I really wanted to share with you. What would happen for you? What would that trigger for you if you started practicing that, maybe during your meals, thinking about it, or maybe in the shower, or maybe when you're going to bed, just connecting to your body and saying to it, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. What would come up for you? And what kind of healing might be possible? And of course, I wouldn't be bringing this video to you if my leg weren't doing so much better just in the last 3 days. And just how relating to it differently, listening to it, my skin wasn't loving the Neosporin anymore, and I wasn't listening to that, and the salt water just felt so much better. So I was so stuck in a place of what seemed to be right that I wasn't really listening to what my body was asking for. And when I started listening and talking to it, and importantly, when I started bringing myself to a place of love and forgiveness and compassion, how much more likely it was that my body would be able to heal. So I hope you'll take that away. Connect with your body, listen to your body, and practice Ho'oponopono and see what happens for you. So I hope to see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Take care.